Legends, I hope you're all fantastic. Today we're on the Poly Bebo, and I want to kill two birds with one stone in this video. I have had a bunch of people request some new Poly videos, and I've had a bunch of people ask if you can recreate 80s rack-inspired tones on this unit. So I'm going to do a bunch more videos with this on the latest firmware, including some coverage of the amazing new Looper, or the Loopler as it's called in here. It's got so many fun features in there. You can use it as a basic phrase sampler, or you can use it as a feedback looper to create amazing sonic textures. We'll get to that in another video though, but for this video I just want a dual delay, I want a stereo reverb, and I want a stereo chorus. I want to be able to run them all in parallel and blend them together and turn them on and off independently of one another. So this kind of open architecture lets you do that really easily. Let's just add some modules and get into it. I will just note that I'm running the Poly after my main amp and cab sound from my Axe-Fx. It's in its own parallel loop. So basically there's an independent dry signal to this, and this thing is running 100% wet. Pretty easy to tweak if you don't have a parallel mix set up like that. We'll cover that at the end. So there's this new search index in here. Let's go D for delay. I want a delay. Let's add another delay in there. I can go D and I can go to delay. Now I've got two delays. That's pretty awesome. I am going to add a reverb. I could come down here and search all the available reverbs, but I want a stereo convolution reverb. So this isn't an algorithmic reverb. Basically you can sample real spaces and hardware reverb units. Let's go into that and just drop reverb IR. We'll use this one of these Lexicon 480L reverbs. That feels error appropriate. And then we'll add a chorus in here. So we'll go chorus D. This is like a subtle dimension style chorus. All right, we've got those elements, and the next thing that I want to do is I want to be able to turn each of these on and off independently. And the way I'm going to do that, I've got an external MIDI controller hooked up, an AirStep, which can send MIDI CCs, and I'm going to assign those MIDI CCs to a bunch of VCAs. So I can take this particular VCA here, I can connect it to the chorus, and we'll connect the output of the chorus in a second, actually hear some stuff. But I can just go in here, I can hit the MIDI learn feature, I can hit foot switch number 1 on my AirStep, and now you can see I'm toggling the VCA from 0 to 1, which is just going to activate or mute this particular parallel signal here. So that's kind of fun. The last things I'm going to add are a stereo compressor to put after my delays. It just kind of adds this really nice subtle character to the delays that reminds me of some old rack delays. So let's go, I guess, S for stereo, and we'll go stereo compress. I will place that after my delays over here, and then I just want a wet dry module so I can blend everything together and have the option of having a dry signal in there. All right, and we'll place that there. Now I could connect all of this up and do all the MIDI assigned stuff in real time, but I'm lazy. I've already created a preset in here that I can load with all of that already dialed in. So I'm going to go down to my Poly rack preset, which should be under R. There it is. It's got all the same stuff preloaded in there. And now we can actually hear this thing. So you'll notice that the load times between presets are kind of long. That's why I like to just turn individual blocks on and off in here. Let's have a listen to what we got so far. Now I can turn each of those effects on and off. This should be dry. I think this is a reverb. Gorgeous big reverb right there. This should be the chorus. And then my dual delays. I like it a lot. Let's just hear those delays with and without the stereo compressor on there. It's basically just changing the, I guess, decay on there. So it's kind of bringing the quieter repeats up a little bit, which I kind of like the texture of. Awesome. Let's get in and dial this chorus in a little bit more. So the chorus D gives you 4 controls. You've got the BPM, so the rate, depth, you've got deviation, and you've got delay. Lower delay times are going to give you more of that kind of slick 80s style chorus. I'll give you an example of that. Let's check it out. I'm actually pretty stoked with that. I tend to like those kind of real subtle chorus sounds on there. And finally, we can get in and tweak this reverb level a little bit, or try some different reverb types. I've got some really weird IRs in there, which I did a video about, you know, some physical spaces like teaspoons hitting tables and the inside of giant tunnels. But I have this library from the Lexicon PCM 70. So let's go with, let's try the concert hall reverb IR. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous reverb. Let's add chorus to that now. That's pretty awesome. And finally, let's add those dual delays into the mix. Pretty awesome, right? Now, if I want to bring those delays down, I can just kind of bring the input gain on the compressor down a little bit, which will give us this. It's awesome. It's awesome. Let's hear that with some distortion now. Plenty of headroom to add more effects. If you want 4 delays and 2 reverbs and 3 choruses, you can probably do it, but the real strength of the Poly is that you have super weird stuff that you would never hear in a traditional guitar rack, like this granular module, which, as I understand it, is basically a port of Mutable Instruments Clouds, the Eurorack module, and you can pitch this up, play around with the waveforms or the freeze, and layer it on top of it or route it anywhere you like. This thing is so flexible. I'm going to play you all out with this particular sound because I am loving the way it works. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you want to support the channel, there are links in the video description. Let me know what you would like me to cover on the Poly next time. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.